This is Frank at Bottomline Ministries, Debt Free, coming to you on another beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Today is June 27th, and it is an absolutely gorgeous day. And one of the things I was just thinking about was how blessed I am to be able to enjoy a day like today. You know, with everything that's going on within our country and around the world, with global warming, with mass shootings, with prices going through the roof. Oh, by the way, speaking of prices going through the roof, guess what happened to me just the other day? I was driving my truck and I stopped to get the mail, and I turned it off to take the key out to get the mail out of the box. And I went to turn it back on, and guess what? Nothing happened. My battery died. So fortunately, I jiggled with the post on my battery and I was able to get it started, and I drove it back to my home and parked it. And then I went to Costco to get the exact same battery. And guess what I found? I found that the battery was 30% more, and they had reduced it from a 42-month warranty on the battery to a 36-month warranty on the same battery that they charged me 30% more for. Now, isn't that amazing? Have you noticed that? In pricing of things, you're getting a lot less and paying a lot more. Well, guess what? Our economy is in trouble, and we need to prepare for some rough times ahead. But at the same time, be grateful for what you have each and every day. You know, July 4th is soon to come upon us in a few days, and everybody's going to be celebrating our independence. Our independence. We're going to be celebrating that. But you know what? We should be celebrating our dependence on God. If you know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you should be celebrating your dependence on God, because God will never fail you. But when you're independent and you don't believe in anything else but yourself, guess what? You're going to be in for a rude awakening. So why don't you try God? Try his system, because there's going to be some rough financial times. And if you don't know how to trust God, if you don't know how to obey God in your finances, you're going to run into some turbulent waters. And you don't want to be there. You don't have to be there. All you have to do is know this, that God has a hope and a future for you, and he has a financial plan that absolutely will not fail. I'm telling you, it will not fail. I am living proof. I remember the days when I used to sit down and count the change to put gas in my truck just to get from point A to point B. And I celebrate the days now that I can help put gas in someone else's vehicle. The days that I can bless other people. The days that I can be a blessing, because under the Abrahamic covenant, I'm blessed to be a blessing. And you know what? You ever hear the old saying, it's better to give than receive? It's absolutely true. But if you're independent, you don't really look to give. You only look to get. But when you give, you cannot outgive God. You probably heard that somewhere before. You can't, because the more you give, the more God gives to you to give to others. You become a source of blessing for other people. But I just want you to know, now what I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to challenge you to go to Psalms 103. Psalms 103, 103. And I want you to read the first 5 verses. And then I want you to ask yourself this question. What in those first 5 verses that you don't want? Again, I want you to ask yourself this question. After you read Psalms 103, the first 5 verses, what in those first 5 verses that you don't want? And I guarantee you, if you want what's in those first 5 verses, it will change your life forever. So this is Frank at Bottomline Ministries, Debt Free. I hope that you have a great 4th of July weekend. I hope that you and your family will just look up and see this beautiful weather. And even if you don't have beautiful weather where you are, like on the East Coast, but the fact that you're drawing breath and you can spend time with family and friends, give God thanks. because we are dependent on him. Guess what? The very breath that we breathe depends on God every second, every minute. So I just want to leave you with that thought tonight. And I hope that you have a blessed weekend. This is Frank at Bottomline Ministries, debt-free. And don't forget to go to my website, check it out, bottomlineministries.org. There's a lot of information on it that'll help you and help your family and give you a better life to become independent of the system and to be dependent on God and become debt-free. Have a blessed weekend.